Two AI giants released their most powerful coding models within minutes of each other.
Anthropic unveiled Claude Opus 4.6. OpenAI responded with GPT-5.3 Codex. Both claim to be the future of software development. Both promise faster builds, deeper reasoning, and near-autonomous coding. And both are being called the most advanced coding AI ever released. But here's the real question developers actually care about.
Welcome back to Neural Wire Signal, where we decode the AI moves happening behind the scenes, long before they become headlines.
AI coding tools are no longer simple autocomplete assistants. They're evolving into full development collaborators, capable of writing entire applications, debugging complex repositories, running terminal commands, and reasoning across thousands of files at once. This isn't about generating small snippets anymore. This is about building real software. Claude Opus 4.6 represents Anthropic's most powerful reasoning-focused model, designed to handle massive context windows and complex enterprise workflows. OpenAI's GPT-5.3 Codex is OpenAI's newest agentic coding system, built for speed, execution, and deep integration into real development environments. These two models reflect two very different philosophies about the future of AI programming, and understanding that difference is the key to understanding who wins. GPT 5.3 Codex, the execution machine. GPT 5.3 Codex is built for momentum.
OpenAI designed this model to act less like a passive assistant and more like an active collaborator. It doesn't just generate code when prompted.
It can manage workflows, iterate on projects, execute structured reasoning tasks, and operate in longer multi-step environments. Where previous coding models felt reactive, GPT 5.3 Codex feels proactive. One of its biggest advantages is speed. It responds quickly, adapts mid-conversation, and handles rapid back-and-forth adjustments without losing context. In real-time development environments, that responsiveness matters. When you're debugging, testing, and iterating, delay kills productivity. GPT 5.3 Codex also performs extremely well on real-world engineering benchmarks. It handles structured repositories, terminal-based workflows, and production-level problem-solving with a level of consistency that pushes beyond simple code generation. More importantly, it behaves like an agent. It can break large problems into smaller tasks, iterate through them, and refine solutions step by step.
That makes it particularly powerful for rapid prototyping, startup environments, and feature-heavy builds where speed of iteration is everything.
If your goal is to ship quickly, move fast, and constantly refine, GPT 5.3 Codex feels built for that pace. Claude Opus 4.6, the context master. Claude Opus 4.6 approaches the problem differently. Instead of focusing primarily on speed, Anthropic pushed the limits of context length and deep reasoning. Claude's massive token window allows it to absorb extremely large codebases, documentation sets, and multi-file projects in a single interaction. This changes the dynamic entirely.
Rather than piecing together partial views of a project, Claude can understand the architecture as a whole. It sees relationships across files.
It recognizes structural dependencies. It maintains long-term coherence over extended sessions. For enterprise teams working with legacy systems or highly complex architectures, that kind of memory depth is critical. Large organizations don't just build small apps. They maintain ecosystems of services, APIs, compliance layers, and security frameworks. Claude's reasoning style also tends to be methodical.
It often produces more structured explanations, more cautious refactors, and more logically layered outputs. It doesn't rush. It analyzes.
Where GPT 5.3 Codex feels like a fast-moving builder, Claude Opus 4.6 feels like a careful systems architect. Speed versus depth. The core difference between these two models comes down to speed versus depth. GPT 5.3 Codex thrives in fast development cycles. It shines when the workflow involves frequent adjustments, testing, and iterative deployment. Developers who rely on high-velocity builds often prefer tools that keep up with their pace.
Claude Opus 4.6 excels when the project demands full context awareness and multi-layer reasoning.
It handles scale differently. Instead of racing through tasks, it absorbs complexity and works through it with patience. Speed creates momentum. Depth creates stability. The real question is which one you need more. Real-world use cases. Imagine a startup building a new SaaS platform. Features are changing weekly. UI components are evolving constantly. Bugs need to be resolved quickly. In that environment, GPT-5.3 Codex feels like a natural fit. It helps scaffold, refine, and iterate at startup speed.
Now, imagine a large enterprise migrating a decade-old system to a modern architecture. Thousands of interconnected files.
Compliance constraints, security audits, deep technical debt. In that situation, Claude's ability to hold massive context and reason across it becomes extremely valuable. If you're building something from scratch and speed matters most, GPT 5.3 Codex likely feels more agile. If you're maintaining something massive and complexity is the main thrust, Claude Opus 4.6 may feel more safe. Reliability and risk. Another factor is how each model handles uncertainty. Claude's design philosophy emphasizes cautious reasoning and safety alignment. It tends to produce structured outputs and is often careful about ambiguous instructions. For high-risk industries like finance, healthcare, or legal tech, that extra caution can matter. GPT 5.3 Codex, while highly capable, prioritizes execution. It pushes forward aggressively toward solutions. In other words, GPT 5.3 Codex accelerates. Claude Opus 4.6 stabilizes. Smart teams will likely combine both approaches over time. The bigger picture. This rivalry reveals something larger than a simple product comparison. AI coding tools are no longer generalist assistants, they're specializing. We're entering an era where different AI systems optimize for different development philosophies. Some models will dominate in speed-driven ecosystems. Others will lead in enterprise complexity.
The future probably isn't one model replacing the other. It's a layered stack where developers choose the right intelligence for the right task.
Back then, the question was whether AI could write useful code at all. Now the question is which AI writes it better for your workflow. So, who wins? If you define winning as speed, interactive collaboration, and rapid execution, GPT 5.3 Codex has the edge.
If you define winning as deep contextual understanding, large-scale reasoning, and enterprise-level architectural awareness, Claude Opus 4.6 stands out.
But the real winner may not be either company. It's the developer. Because competition at this level forces rapid innovation. Each release pushes the other forward, and every improvement makes AI coding more powerful, more reliable, and more integrated into daily workflows. The era of AI coding as a novelty coding assistant is over. We're now in the era of AI as a true development partner. Claude Codex versus GPT 5.3 Codex isn't just a model comparison. It's a glimpse into the future of software engineering. One model optimizes for speed, the other optimizes for depth.
If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit the like button. It helps the channel grow and keeps these deep dives coming. And subscribe if you want more clear.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.